is sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve.
Time now for Wednesday's top 5 stories. Number 5, Timberwolves at Pelicans. Zion finished with 25 points, 8 boards. It, though, came in a losing effort. New Orleans now 4 games back from the 8th seed in the West. Nick, starting to get nervous. They don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, life support now for the Pelicans. Terrible weekend for them with the Lakers losing to the Grizzlies and then beating New Orleans. That's a 2-game swing. Now you lose a game you have no business losing at home to the Timberwolves. Ryan, I don't know if they have the time to make up the 4 games in the standings, my man.
Yeah, 4 games is tough. You got to have a good effort there, but the Grizzlies have the toughest schedule in the NBA coming up, so that might be a bit of a boost.
So if they lose to Luka tonight,
then it's probably a wrap. Then it's a wrap. And by the way, it doesn't mean the Grizzlies make it. Maybe the Blazers with Dame coming back.
I like the Blazers.
Playoff Melo versus LeBron.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Be the best.
That'd be fun.
All right, coming in at number 4.
Since Heat Knicks. Sorry.
Nets and Celtics. What a game. Call it the Karis LeVert show. Guy scored 37 of his career-high 51 in the 4th quarter and overtime to rally his Nets from a 15-point deficit. Ryan, how impressive was LeVert last night?
Incredibly impressive. The one thing I love about Karis LeVert, he plays in the Kenny Atkinson system. What I mean? He plays downhill. He attacks the basket to create for others, draw fouls, and when he shoots a pull-up 3, it's wide open. That's the Kenny Atkinson system.
I'm not ready to go here with it yet. Well, let's see how they play the final 20 games of the year, what they look like in the playoffs, and see if a narrative starts bubbling that would the Nets have been better with just Durant signing there rather than Durant and Kyrie.
Wow.
That's
like
LeVert,
a
Dinwiddie. There's and LeVert, by the way,
you're seeing how the take is made. It's like I'm not quite ready to give you this take.
I'm not ready yet.
Getting ready.
I've seen enough.
This doesn't count as a take,
because we saw Kyrie with a guy with LeBron play his best basketball. So maybe you'll do that with KD.
It's like a soft restaurant opening, like friends and family come in.
Exactly.
Check it out, guys. I'm gonna float this out there.
50 is 50.
Yeah, that's 14 through 3 quarters, finished with 51.
Moving on to number 3, Clippers in the middle of a brutal stretch, taking on OKC last night, where they pulled out a win. So they got the Rockets and the Lakers next. Nick, what are we going to learn about the Clippers during this stretch?
Quite a bit. We're going to get to see, hopefully, a full-strength Clippers go up against what looks like a full-strength Rockets and a full-strength Lakers, assuming nothing crazy happens in the next 24 hours. And those are the 2 teams I believe are better than the Clippers, the Rockets and the Lakers in the Western Conference. Now we're going to get to see them take them on. I was hoping we could see Clippers against full-strength Sixers. That obviously didn't happen, but they looked great against the Nuggets. They looked great last night. See how they look in these next 2 games.
Ryan, what would happen if are they going to try to blow these teams out? Like, did you go into games thinking, we're going to try to blow this team out and really send a message?
Yeah, obviously you want to put your best foot forward, but, you know, more importantly right now, you want to be healthy. If you're the Clippers, and I've been there before, and you've got a number of injuries in the locker room, you want to get on the floor and be healthy. I know Doc is telling the guys, hey, just put your best foot forward. And, Nick, I'm so confused by you again, brother. The Lakers haven't even beat the Clippers this season, and you tell me that they're the 3rd best team?
The 2-game samples usually determine a lot, but I do like what Ryan did. You just talked about me talking about how the take is made.
Yeah.
Ryan preemptively talking about in case there's a load management situation. Doc's talking about injuries. Doc's talking about this.
Great.
Just in case a guy takes the night off.
Imagine if someone sat for one of these games.
Well, imagine if they won't.
Hold on.
All I know is Kawhi's going to need 3 months off.
Yeah,
if he has to actually play this entire stretch.
Come on.
In at number 2, Tom Brady. Pats insider Tom Kern is reporting that the Brady to Niners buzz is both real and on both sides, and that Belichick would welcome a reunion with Jimmy G. This, by the way, guys, is exactly how movie scripts are conceptualized. You got a story, you feed it, you let it go. Nick, you buying this?
I didn't know that's how movie scripts were conceptualized.
Conceptualized, not written, conceptualized.
I learned something new every day on this show.
No, that's right.
All right, here's the issue. You need to... No, it's not. It was good. It was good, Jen. Stop. Jen's turning her back.
No, stop.
All right, listen. There's 3 parties that have to all be in on this. I understand why Brady would be in on the Niners. You go to the NFC, you get away from Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, you go home.
We're not trying to get away from Mahomes.
Okay, sure. I understand why the Patriots would be in on this. You had Jimmy G there. He's on a reasonable contract. But the 3rd party is the Niners. I do not know why the Niners would want to replace a 28-year-old, even if I have questions about him, coming off his best season ever, with a 42-year-old coming off his worst season ever. So that is the party that I think would say, yeah, we're not interested in this. But if they are, then of course it makes sense for Tom and for the Pats.
Well, it would be the 49ers swinging for the fences. And the one thing they needed is more of a floor general rather than a guy who can go out and get it done. They just needed someone to make the simple plays. The defense is excellent. I mean, the offense, the run game, you just need somebody to put the ball in the right hands. And that's what we missed. Yes, I'm a 49er fan, Nick, so I admit it. Yeah.
We got one Patriot fan, one 49er fan.
Hold this
go
real
battle
quick
this
for me,
out.
Ryan.
Is that
That's
an
the
L?
L from the Super Bowl. Hold that.
All right, moving on.
L from the Super Bowl.
It is. It is.
The Lakers hosted the Sixers last night. Sixers down 2 stars in Embiid and Simmons. Lakers up 2 stars in LeBron and AD. Guess who prevailed? Yeah, right. LeBron gave you 22, 7, and 14. Anthony Davis chipped in a modest 37 and 13. Lakers cruised to the 120 to 107 win. For the Lakers, they're now 9-1 over their last 10 games. Here is LeBron James after last night's win.
Every minute that we're on the floor, we continue to grow together. You know, the most important for our ball club is that we challenge each other between the two of us. And, you know, when we do that, we hold each other accountable. It trickles down to everyone else in the ball club.
Ryan, can anyone in the league beat this Lakers team if Anthony Davis and LeBron James are dominating night in and night out?
Well, obviously the Clippers can, Nick, and you know that. But ultimately, the one thing I am highly impressed with the Lakers, when I'm watching LeBron James, what gets me the most right now is he's in rhythm at this time of year, and he's putting out minimal effort. What I mean, we haven't seen playoff LeBron yet, and he's comfortable shooting the ball, not just from 3, but he's pulling up a step or 2 across half court.
Logo shots.
Yeah, but knowing and seeing LeBron in rhythm, he's a guy who I played against in the regular season. He took a championship ring away from me when we were at the Celtics. We were up 3-2, and he had on that LeBron performance where he becomes the king.
Greatest night of his career.
Great, absolutely. That was the time when we like, hey, LeBron is LeBron. I couldn't agree more. But we've got to see it against the Clippers, against Kawhi Leonard. We've got to see it against the Rockets, who they beat, who they lost to the first time when they went into a small ball lineup. But I am a little questioned or concerned if I am the Clippers, if I am Doc Rivers and Kawhi Leonard, to say, you know, LeBron's starting to look more like LeBron earlier in the season than we're used to seeing. Normally he turns it on and we know playoff mode, but he's showing it a lot earlier now than we'd have expected, Nick.
Yeah, I think part of that is LeBron's rested for the first time ever. People talked about, oh, how's he going to come back from the injury? How about the fact after 8 straight essential 100-game seasons, he played 55 games, didn't have a postseason, and actually came into a year the freshest we've seen him probably since year 2, year 3, when his team missed the playoffs in back-to-back years to start his career. But to me, the story last night is not LeBron. The story is the guy who had 37 points and was more impressive on the defensive end than offensive end, and that's Anthony Davis. Because you mentioned the Clippers, and I know we go back and forth on the Clippers, but the Clippers have been built to slow down LeBron. They have no answer for Anthony Davis. And so if the Lakers are going to win the championship, if you have Lakers Bucks, LeBron's going to have to be Finals MVP for them to win that series. It's going to have to be a LeBron series. If the Lakers if they have to face the Clippers, if the Clippers can get through Houston and whomever else they have to play, if we do get Lakers Clippers, like everyone aside from me seems to think is a fait accompli here, that has to be an Anthony Davis series. That has to be Anthony Davis saying, you have no one who can guard me. You Zubac, okay, have fun. Montrezl Harrell, I'm going to take you out outside the 20 feet and see if you can guard me. And that is where seeing Anthony Davis play his best basketball post-January 1 is most important to me. I thought early in the year he was taking too many threes. Post-January 1, he's taking just as many, but he's making 42% of them now. You make 42% of your threes, there's never too many you can take. And he's doing it without sacrificing anything on the defensive end, where last night he changed the game with his pterodactyl arms and his defense.
Nick, I think you're throwing up a Hail Mary right now. And I say that in a sense, if you looked at the old Chicago Bulls, you would never say, man, Scottie Pippen's got to take over the series right here. And no disrespect at all to Anthony Davis. He's Scottie Pippen to me. Why do I say that? He blocks shots, he rebounds, he passes, he runs the floor, he fills in all the holes. When you play against Anthony Davis, he's a stat stuffer. He does just about everything. I would never go into a series, a playoff series, a championship, and say Anthony Davis has to be the guy. He is a guy, one of the most important guys, but you have to look at LeBron James. The Clippers did things the right way. Building to stop LeBron James, having multiple bodies to throw at him, that's what concerns me. And I do agree. But I look at you and I say that it has to be a Hail Mary, Nick, because Anthony Davis plays from the mid-post, not necessarily the post, the mid-post. And if you're going to be effective in the playoffs, and we look back through history, look the way the game has been played of late, it's with a guy who can get his own shot off of the bounce and create. And the Clippers have arguably, what, the best three guys in the league right now, at least on the same team that can actually do that. Lou Williams, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard, we'd like to throw out.
Those are the three best guys in the league.
I would say collective. I said a collective three, a collective three. So maybe we go, if Harden shows up the playoffs, we would say him, a number of those guys. But that's why I say it has to be through LeBron James. As much as we want to say, well, Kawhi and him or Paul George will cancel each other out, it has to be LeBron, Nick.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to jump in.
I had a question about.
Go ahead.
Earlier you said LeBron's playing with minimal effort. What do you mean by that? Well, it's not something I noticed, so I thought it was fascinating.
No, that's a good point. So you played against LeBron in the past, he'd be Jekyll and Hyde. He'd be either